Hello and welcome back to 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. I'm Ergo Corvus, and welcome to the beginning of the end of 999. Last time... This music feels loud, shut up. Last time, we basically... we've basically filled in most of the flowchart. As you can see here. There's only a few question marks left. Only a few questions left to answer. If we look at the, can I show it here? Yeah, in the save file. You can see we have 3 out of 6 endings. And actually, with the way that I've done things, which maybe I should have planned out the endings a bit more, but with the way that we're doing things, 2 of these endings we're actually going to get at the same time. Because there's one ending, and we'll get to it when we get to it, but there's one ending where you have to have basically gotten all the other endings first. And if you haven't... Oh, hello. Stella Nocturne, thanks for following. If you haven't gotten all the other endings, then it stops you. And says, like, to be continued or something. But if you do have all the endings, then it takes you to, like, the true final ending. And so, yeah, basically I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just get probably the one that's going to be here, and then we're going to go back and get the 2, like, the true path. Yeah. So this might be kind of a weird session, because we're probably going to skip through a lot of text, because we're going to be going through basically a lot of scenes that we've already seen, but I'm just going to be doing them in, like, a different order, which will bring us to a different ending. Yeah, that's the plan, anyway. Wait, what? Return to the title screen? No. Okay. And also, hello, Ikin and Luna. Thanks for joining. And Grezzy, thanks for gifting a sub to Luna. And also, Grezzy, would I like a drink from the store? I mean, sure. I'll always take a little treat. Always take a little treat if you're offering. Yeah, so how about we get into it then? We'll continue all the way. We're all the way back at the beginning. It feels weird to be back here. I thought we were finished with that topic.
But then what should we do?
Well, I'm not reading this.
Oh my god, enough!
Or is this
All
new?
we're doing is talking.
That sums up the game. Thank you, Santa. Hold on, let me take a screenshot of this just in case I want to use that as a thumbnail. All we're doing is talking. I probably won't use that, but it's still funny. Just visual novels in a nutshell. And Chrissy was saying, what would I prefer? I don't know, you could surprise me. Okay, how do I skip again? We do this. Okay, let's go, speedrun. We don't need to read any of this crap. We've already read this before. Go back and watch the VODs. Okay. Wait, what would our digital route be? I don't know if this part matters. Let me double check. I did bring up a guide just to make sure I don't screw up. Hi. Hi, Gracie.
Yo.
What's up?
Just wanted to come and say hi.
Okay.
Yay.
Say hi to Gracie.
Hi, Gracie.
Wow, that's... Okay. Okay. The path we need to go down this time is we need to go through doors 5, 8, and 6. Let's see. So I'm going to answer 5 just to be safe. I don't think this is the actual door choice, but I'm just going to play it safe. Also, Luna, oh, you're going to be visiting us here in Florida this month? Oh, that's cool. And Stella, hello. Nice to have you.
5. It'd be 5. That means there's no way we can pass through door 4.
Did I answer? Because I saw 4 was grayed out. So did I, like, screw up last time? I don't even remember. It's been so long.
Wait, hold on a second. Something's off. 8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5 is 22. So,
Oh, no, wait. Is this one wrong?
the digital root of 22, 2 plus 2 equals 4. It's 4. Add up our 4 braces.
Oh, no, I did get it right
Digital
last
root
time.
is 4.
Junpei just calling the player an idiot, basically. Alright. Okay. Which door? Hold on, I already forgot. We're picking 5, right? Okay, 5 is our first choice. Again, we've seen all this. Technically, yeah, we're gonna be, like, going down paths or seeing rooms that we've seen before. We're just doing them in a different order. And we'll see how that brings us to a different ending. So this is the one where we're with Seven and Snake. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to do the puzzle rooms, aren't I? I don't know, I wonder if the remake gives us an option to skip the puzzle rooms if we solve them already. We'll see. It's where they see the body of the 9th man. Okay, then we're in, like, the fancy cabin. Okay, and then the puzzle room. Let's see, do we get a skip option, or do I have to do this again? It's seeming like I have to do this again. No! Or wait, oh wait. Somebody mentioned it before. You can just use the flowchart. Right, yeah, because you just need the keys. Right, okay. So let's go ahead and skip to the next red key. Hell yeah, modern gaming, let's go.
Well,
Convenience.
We really don't have a choice now.
No, Lotus, we do have a choice to make. We're going with door 8. Is this the one where Junpei, we see Junpei's trick? No. This is not the trick one. Okay. This is not the one where everyone hates us. No, wait, it is. I think? Maybe? I don't know. No, we had Santa with us in that one. Yeah, that was a different path. Oh yeah, actually, do I even need to see this? Is the key unlocked in the flowchart? It is. Okay, do I have to do something in this escape room? Oh no, the keys are... they don't have crosses on them anymore, so do I need to... Can I just continue? Let me double check this thing. Okay, I think the only time that I have to take specific actions is once we're actually going towards the true ending. So I think we're good. I think I can just keep kind of skipping ahead. It's going to be pretty quick, I think, getting to the getting to the next ending. And Luna said, so you're playing the 999 games. Have you played Danganronpa? Oh, yes. Yeah, me and Grezzy have played all of the main Danganronpa games. We haven't played the, like... there's, like, that side game where it's kind of like a shooter. We haven't played that one. But we did play 1 and 2 and V3. Engine room handle. What does that mean? Engine room? Engine room handle? Okay, steam engine room. It still has an X on it. Oh, wait. Did I actually... hold on, I didn't actually make the choice. Yeah, wait, I gotta go back. I need to go back. I think. Yeah, we need to choose door 6.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 7 pieces.
And everybody like fought in a cloud like a Looney Tunes. Okay. Interesting. Have I never chosen door 2? That one isn't grayed out. Yeah, just making sure. No, I must have chosen door 2 to get the submarine ending, so I don't know why it's not grayed out. We're doing 6. Running.
This door looks heavy.
Okay, I want to make sure I get things right, so I'm going to keep going till it unlocks the key. This is where June gets sick. Alright. How about now? There's still an X on there. I just... I want to make sure... Doesn't mention any... I think we're good. And what if I just go ahead? Like, what if I just go down to here? Leave no one behind? Will just everything behind me be unlocked already? Let me click on the menu, please.
Look, it's...
No, they're not. Why are they still crossed out? Do I need to... See, these ones got uncrossed. Why are these ones not uncrossed? See, I don't... Why does it say engine room and handle? Why are there 2 things? Handle?
I believe the box has reached the floor.
Oh, okay. This is just a scene. Maybe I need to see this scene. That might be it.
You know, speaking of experiments,
Oh, this is a new dialogue. Yes,
there was
it's not
this
letting me skip.
experiment
Okay,
scientists did with rats.
All right, hell yeah, we're getting some zero escape experiments. Let's go.
First, they took a squarish C-shaped tank and filled it with enough water that the rats could drown in it. The tank has 2 exits. Just to make it easy, we'll call one A and the other B. Exit A is pitch black, so dark even a rat can't see anything. But exit B is electrified, which means the rat can't leave through it. So, what would a rat do if it was put in this situation? Which exit would the rat choose?
B, of course. The rat has no way of knowing that exit B is electrified.
Exactly. The rat goes to exit B. Of course, like I said, it's electrified. Which means the rat can't get out that way. So, after a lot of trial and error, the rat finally finds exit A.
I can't say that's very interesting or relevant. It's simply the story of a laboratory experiment.
There's another good screenshot for this game. Hold on. Again, sums up a lot of the game. Let me just save that, it's funny. Maybe I'll just post that with no context on Blue Sky or something.
You're right. It isn't very interesting. Yet.
Oh.
See, these scientists repeated this experiment over and over, using hundreds of different rats over several generations. This produced some surprising results. With each generation, the rats took less time to find the correct exit. Eventually, a rat was put in the tank who instantly chose exit A without even attempting to go to exit B. But that wasn't the most impressive part. The same experiment was conducted in another laboratory, far from the original one, with the same results. No, on second thought, the results weren't really the same. The rats in this second experiment began the trials with significantly faster times than the first rats in the initial one. These rats weren't related to the others and had never even come in contact with them. And yet, they all easily found their way to exit A as though they already knew. What did it mean?
Are you suggesting something like telepathy? They were passing information to one another through some undetectable medium?
How the hell would I know? I'm not any kind of scientist. I don't know what made him do that.
Why do you just know about this random experiment, then?
But I do know that story's true. And if you've got another explanation, I'd sure love to hear it.
He just likes reading about experiments. I don't know.
Come on, let's get going. There's still a lot here we haven't checked out. And we gotta get the hell out of here before June passes out.
Hey, wait. There's something I want to ask you.
What?
Why did they use that tank for the experiment?
Huh?
Well, I mean, it seems like you could conduct the same experiment without the water. They could have just used a dry box, you know? If they needed to motivate the rats to escape, they could have, I don't know, put some bait by exit B or something. I mean, do they really have to make it so the rats can drown?
You know, the word emergency comes from the same root as the word emerge.
Okay.
You ever think about that?
No. No, I don't.
Huh? Well, an emergency is something urgent, often something dangerous. And to emerge means to sort of come out, or appear, or rise out of something else. So what's going to emerge in an emergency? Inspiration.
Inspiration?
Yeah. Think about it. When the chips are down, either you crack or your mind focuses and pulls up what you need.
Yeah, man. Think about it.
So in an emergency, your real potential emerges. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's why the rats had to drown. They had to be in danger. There had to be an emergency for inspiration to emerge.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, okay, and it just boots us back here. Interesting. Alright. Cargo room? 9 photos coffin. 9 photos coffin. What?
Mummy!
Mummy? Wait, I don't remember this. Wait, we have seen this. Wait, did we find a... No, okay, I kind of remember this. I remember. Wait, huh? Wait, huh? Hold
A gun?
on. Oh, I can't go to the flow train.
Yeah, a revolver.
No, we've seen this. It's Grizzy.
It's me. I bring a drink. I leave
Thank you. Thank you for the drink.
You're welcome. Maybe I mixed with straw.
Yeah, a straw would be helpful. Okay, 9
Now we
photos.
finally have all 9 picture cards.
I don't remember this. Am I just forgetting these puzzles? I don't remember finding the cards.
Yeah.
Am I skipping too much? Oh, well. Okay, no, we have seen this. Okay, I kind of remember this puzzle. Hey. Okay, now we have new text.
June, are you okay? I'm sorry, I gotta go check on her. You finished the box thing, alright? Just put the cards in the boxes. I'm counting on you. Are you alright? What happened?
Can you stand?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fine. I just tripped.
Don't give me that. Now is not the time.
But it's true. I tripped over a box.
Just let me see for a sec.
Huh.
You're still warm.
I saw her fall. I think she really did just trip on something, you know? Still, to fall down like that?
It's like you're some kind of anime girl tripping on things.
I think she's probably still a little messed up.
Alright, well, let's just get out of here as fast as we can so we can get you to a hospital.
Oh, I don't think it's anything that serious. I just need a little medicine and some sleep, and I'll be fine.
Medicine. Medicine, huh?
Reminds me of an experiment.
Well, if we could get in touch with anyone outside, I'll bet Ace could swing that for you easy.
Oh?
Ace? Why?
Huh? Don't you know? He's the president of a pharmaceutical company.
Pardon?
Cradle Pharmaceuticals is the name, I think.
Pardon?
Their flagship product is an anesthetic drug called Soparil.
Okay, that one's not familiar.
Soparil. Soparil. I've heard of that before somewhere.
Soparil. It's an anesthetic that's a gas at room temperature, a lot like how nitrous oxide is. It takes only a few seconds to spread, and even a small amount is very effective. A bunch of countries quickly accepted it for widespread use within their police and military forces. It was an effective crowd suppressant and room clearer. It was practical, ethical, and the humane nature of it made it the ideal drug. It's been around for about 6 years. They developed it from the extracts of several different roots. It became popular almost as soon as it was made public, with many governments placing large orders. Demand for Soparil skyrocketed, and of course that meant Cradle Pharmaceuticals stock did too.
Why do you know all of this?
I heard it from the old man himself.
From Ace? When?
By the number 4 door at the central stairway, when we were searching the second-class room. Remember how Snake, 7, and you went to door 5? It was back then. I asked him what he did for a living, and he said he ran his own company. After that, we just started talking, and I guess it just came up, you know?
Huh.
Are you worried about something?
No, nothing. What the hell is he doing? June, don't push yourself, alright?
Yes.
Santa, could you take care of her? I'll go check on Ace. Looks like he's having trouble.
Sure.
What are you doing? What happened?
Nothing. My vision has gotten rather blurry, I think, because of fatigue. I can't see very well at the moment.
What can't you see well?
These pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care to admit it, but I may be developing presbyopia.
What? I bet we're gonna get an explanation to that.
Growing old is a difficult thing.
Oh, no, we're not gonna explain what presbyopia is?
At any rate, I'll leave the rest to you. I'm feeling awfully tired, so if you don't mind, I'd like to rest for a bit.
Well, now I gotta look up what's presbyopia. Age-related vision condition that causes a gradual loss of the eye's ability to focus on nearby objects. Okay, it's nearsightedness. Could have just said that.
How could simply looking at cards have tired him out? But if it wasn't, what had made him so uncomfortable?
Prosopagnosia. Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces.
Ah.
In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours. So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to.
Maybe he's got prosopagnosia?
Now, I see what they're saying, but like, surely you could use context clues. You can see their clothes and their hair in the pictures. So even if you couldn't tell the difference between their faces, couldn't you just be like, here's a bunch of pink hair, this is probably Clover. This guy's got a beanie, oh yeah, that's 7. You know, hey, this is me. You know, whatever.
Well, it looks depressed enough to have it. Oh well. Time to solve the 9 boxes puzzle.
I'm sorry, hold on, I kind of skipped over that. Wait, how do I look at the, like, log? What did he say? Also, I haven't been looking at the novel view, my bad. I like the line, he looks depressed enough to have it. What does that mean? Man, you look depressed. I bet you have prosopagnosia. I bet you can't tell the difference between people's faces. Hi, Gracie.
Wow. What a time to come back in here.
Here, hold on. We'll look at the thoughts here, because I haven't been doing the novel mode. If he really did have prosopagnosia, there was no doubt it was a depressing and painful experience. Still, Junpei didn't feel like patting him on the shoulder and telling him everything would be alright would help that much. Still, Junpei felt perhaps it was best he keep Ace's condition to himself, at least for the time being. Oh well, doing his best to clear his mind for the task at hand, he turned back toward the boxes. Alright. Except, I have solved this before. I can skip again. Okay, I think we just needed to see, I can't do the flowchart right now. Okay, it's just sent us back. Okay, cool, the key, we have all the red keys. So now we can go through the red lock. Thanks for the headpads, Chrissy. Yeah, Luna, he needs some readers. Or he needs glasses that let him see faces. Wait, where's my headpad? There it is. Alright. Let's go. So yeah, last time we've gone through these rooms, we ended up at the knife ending. But now...
A knife!
A knife! No! Clover, what do you have? No, wait. I don't think we ever found out who had the knife. Clover had the axe. Clover killed everyone with an axe. I don't think we actually figured out who had the knife. Or did we? I don't know. But Luna, thank you for the hydrate and the stretch. Let's go ahead to the last thing here. Leave no one behind. Okay, for now, this is still the same text. So this is, we were with Seven and Lotus. Oh, we're with everybody, I think. Okay, this is new. Here, let me properly stretch. Okay. Junpei and June ran to the large hospital room together. As quickly as they could, they searched around, and under the beds and in the corners.
She's not here.
No, she isn't.
Right, we were looking for Clover, right? So I think we kind of could assume Clover had the knife.
Alright, just in case, we should go take a look in the shower room.
Shower room?
That's where her brother is. She might have gone to see him.
Right. No, wait, I think we found Clover dead. So she's not the one with the... Well, I guess maybe we'll see. June bit her lip. She knew, as Junpei did, that there was only one thing to see in the shower room, and it wasn't pleasant. Yes, it's still new text.
We might as well check, right? Let's go.
There was a screwdriver stuck between the door and the frame.
Good. We can still get in.
We should thank Seven later.
Junpei and June slipped through the door, moved... down the hallway, and stepped into the shower room.
No luck.
We were here in the last stream.
Yeah, I don't think she's here.
June's voice was faint, and she placed her hands over her mouth. Her face looked a little green.
The smell is horrible.
The stench in the room was almost unbearable. It had grown far more unpleasant since their last visit. If Junpei had eaten a lunch, he would have had difficulty retaining it. He wanted to leave the room as soon as possible, but he had to be sure. And the only way to be sure was to check the other side of the divider.
Let's check the back, just to be sure.
June offered no resistance and nodded weakly to Junpei as he headed around the divider. He stopped at the corner and turned his head.
No, she's not here.
As he'd expected, Clover was nowhere to be seen. The only thing on the other side of the divider was a dead body, lying in a reddish-brown puddle of dry and drying blood.
Snake, just where did your sister go?
Junpei whispered to what once was Snake. He'd asked rhetorically, of course, as there was no way he'd get an answer. He gave a deep sigh.
Such a horrible way to go. The skull shattered, the left arm's hideously twisted. Huh? Wait.
The bright white of the ulna was clearly visible through the remains of skin and muscle. Bright white? Ulna?
Bones.
Bones, yeah. Junpei's just thinking, man, I can't wait to go home and watch my favorite TV show, Bones. The pieces fell into place. Junpei remembered something Clover had told him in the library.
My
laboratory.
brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm.
Oh, right. I totally forgot he has a prosthetic. And I've played this game before.
The accident hurt him really bad.
Of course. Of course. Why didn't I realize it earlier?
Clover had told Junpei the snake's left arm was prosthetic. But the left arm of the corpse behind the divider was quite clearly a real human arm, or at least it had been once. That meant the corpse.
Jumpy?
June's unsure voice at Junpei's suddenly strange behavior drew his attention back to her.
Oh, sorry for making you wait. Let's go.
I'm not going to explain. Junpei and June headed back toward the large hospital room. They stepped through the door and out of the shower room. Down the hallway they went, searching for Clover in every corner. They had reached the stairs when Seven appeared, breathless and yelling.
Junpei! June! Where were you guys?
He looked pale and his face was drawn. Yeah, he's an illustration, so his face was drawn. Something terrible had happened. Junpei's breath caught in his throat.
Did something happen?
Seven drew a shaking hand across his face and gulped down a breath of air.
Clover is dead. I found her in the first-class bathroom.
All sound ceased for Junpei. The world was an empty, muffled expanse. Then he began to hear his own breathing. June's mouth moved, but he heard nothing. She tried once more, and then her energy was gone, and she collapsed against the wall. He could have helped her, but he hadn't, and now she was dead. So he stood there, frozen in place.
Clover, why? Why did this happen?
He forced his body to move. Each step felt like another nail pounded into his heart. Finally, he was in front of her. He knelt and placed 3 fingers against Clover's neck. No pulse, no breath. But she was still warm, and her eyes were closed peacefully. It would have been easy to think she was asleep. Easy, that is, were it not for the slowly expanding puddle of blood beneath her. He traced its source to her back. A gash just beneath her shoulder blade. Was the weapon a knife, perhaps? From the knife ending? If it was a knife, the killer had taken it when they left. When he closed his eyes, he saw Clover's smile.
Clover!
Her innocent smile. Her energy, which she used to kill everyone with an axe. In a different timeline. He would never see her smile again.
No way.
He could have done something. He could have helped her. His stomach twisted itself into a sickening knot.
Let's get out of here, June.
Junpei lifted a limp June from the floor and carried her from the bathroom.
Are you alright?
It was a foolish question, and he knew it.
Yes, I think so.
Her voice was weak. The fever had gone down, but the emotional scars she'd received were not likely to recede as quickly. Junpei laid his hand on her shoulder, and they walked back to the bedroom.
You should get some rest. Here, the bed. Can you sit?
Yes.
She nodded once and stared at the floor. There were 4 others in the room. Ace, Lotus, Santa, and Seven. They all stared at nothing, their faces drawn and tired. After a while, they drifted into the bathroom to see Clover's corpse themselves. Once everyone was back in the bedroom, Junpei walked slowly to the center of it and looked around as the slumped figures gathered there.
Who was the first to find the body?
Me.
Seven spoke from behind Junpei. He turned around. Seven's hand was up.
Why did you come to this room?
To look for Clover. Why else? I found her body in the bathroom. As soon as I did, I ran outside. I got to the top of the stairs by the casino and yelled as loud as I could. Hey, guys! I found her, but it's bad! She's in the bathroom in the first-class cabin! Come quick! Or something like that. Then I went back to the bathroom. Ace, Santa, and Lotus showed up real soon after that. But I guess you two hadn't heard me or something because you didn't show. So I took off down the stairs to look for you. After that, I mean, you know the rest, right?
Junpei nodded and closed his eyes. There was one more thing he needed to ask.
Seven, there's one more thing I'm worried about.
What?
You stuck one of those plates in between the door and the frame, right? Why did you do that?
Come on, didn't I already tell you that? I did it so that the door wouldn't lock. So we could come back to this room? Oh. You think I did it?
Well, I don't know. That kind of depends on what you say, doesn't it?
For crying out loud.
Seven sighed and shook his head.
Follow me.
There were 2 doors standing next to one another. He opened the one on the right.
A closet?
Yeah.
Seven stepped inside. He stood in front of one of the shelves that filled it and gestured toward a small box. The box was a small metal cube. Yeah, it's a box. He looked at Junpei.
This is the reason. This safe. We couldn't open it when we were getting through this room. I figured there might be something pretty important in it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I figured eventually we might figure out what the numbers are for the safe. And if we did, I didn't want to screw around with door 5 again. So I put the plate in the exit door so we could get back in that way. You get it now?
Yeah.
Junpei nodded and looked at the safe. He grabbed the handle and shook it.
Figured it wouldn't open.
It was as locked as it had been when Seven found it.
Huh?
There was one change, however.
This is...
Just underneath the safe was a pile of fine, reddish-brown powder.
rust.
Junpei stared at it, considering.
If there's rust here, that means... Has someone opened the safe?
Junpei left the closet. Seven followed him back to the bedroom.
Huh?
It was cold and quiet. No one spoke. They sat, frozen in place by shock and grief and fatigue. The room felt tiny and oppressive, and the thick metallic smell of blood filled the room. Junpei turned and headed for the living room. Anything to get out of there.
Maybe there's another clue. Anything that might lead us to discover who stabbed Clover.
As quickly as they could, they searched around and under the beds and in the corners. His eyes caught on the door. The door that led to the passageway of door number 5.
Behind this door. The ninth man's body is behind there. Maybe I should have another look at it, just in case.
Quietly, he pushed open the door.
Ugh.
Smell hit him like a blow to the face. Hello, Maximoff guy. Thank you for the posture check. In the hydrate. Let me take a sip.
Oh, the hell? This smell is...
His lungs contracted, unwilling to inhale such fetid air. Acid boiled up from the base of his stomach, churning what little food was in there into a violent froth. Oh god. Jesus. The voice actor was dedicated. Also, thanks for the stretch. Let me do a little... Okay. It was too much for him, and he vomited. A thin stream of yellow water and bile splattered onto the floor. Thanks for all these details. Oh, a little splash noise. He wiped his mouth weakly and stared at the dead body. Chunks of torn flesh lay in an arc around the body. What remained of its intestines had slid out onto the floor. The pool of blood that framed it was half dry, but so thick that it had taken on a texture not unlike that of an egg yolk prepared sunny side up. Many details. And Maximoff, you like the new model? Thank you. Yeah, I guess it has been a little while since I've seen you here. So yeah, this is PNG I got, made by Rainy Day Alien. It is very good. On the floor next to the broken mass at the man's head lay his glasses, cracks spidering across the lenses. The bloodstains near them had already dried, like scabs on the floor.
Wait.
That was when he noticed.
It's gone. His bracelet. It's gone.
Dun dun dun.
It was right next to the glasses.
But now... it was gone. The number 9 bracelet was gone.
But why?
Had someone taken it? He was turning it over and over in his mind when he heard Seven's voice.
Huh? Where'd Junpei go?
It had drifted out to him from the living room.
Uh...
Junpei walked slowly out of the hallway.
Oh, there you are. Were you looking for something in the hallway?
Seven looked up as Junpei entered the room.
Yeah.
Did you find something?
He thought for a moment before he responded.
No, nothing.
Technically, it wasn't a lie. He hadn't found anything. In a way, in fact, that was the problem. Something he'd expected to find hadn't been there. The ninth man's bracelet.
What's up?
Well, I wanted you to take a look at something.
What is it?
Seven led Junpei back to the bathroom.
Clover.
As Clover's corpse came into view, he felt his heart flip and then fall to the bottom of his stomach. Something between a sigh and a groan escaped his lips.
What was it you wanted to show me?
His voice was hollow and empty.
I searched Clover's body again. A real shame. She was stabbed once in the back, probably by a knife or something. And I found this.
As he spoke, he moved around Clover's head, then knelt down and flipped open her right hand.
What?
She was holding a piece of paper.
I haven't actually looked at it yet. Didn't want to disturb the